day party for sneakers. So like I said, it was actually at night first, but then when I realized what was happening, I moved it to the daytime. And I'll explain. So like I said, I called it SoleCon, and I'd never been to another sneaker show before. I created mine before. I'd been to SoleCon. I've never been to a sneaker show, and I just went to my first sneaker show maybe a year ago. Okay, that's funny. SoleCon's been alive almost 3 years now. Yeah. And my first time going to another sneaker show was maybe a couple years after mine. So this was not stolen. I had no idea what I was creating. Yeah. Went to I created the show. I created the party. People started calling like, yo, what is it gonna be? I didn't. And then one game called me and was like, yo, buy tables. Now, sometimes people buy tables at my party because bottles out of bars. So absolutely. What bottles you want? It's like, no, man, I want to sell sneakers. I'm like, alright, cool. You know what I'm saying? Sell sneakers like I'm allowing everybody to bring in as many sneakers as they want. They're like, yo, but you don't have any tables? I'm like, yeah. Like, so now I kind of didn't want to talk my way out of some money, so I kind of understood what was happening. So I was like, yeah. So how much for the table? I'm like, 100. I just guessed that I felt 100 was what it was worth. For sure. Because it was $15 for a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I said it was about you bring as many sneakers as you want, but I give you up to 5, and after 5 you pay like $5 a sneaker. So I averaged I said $100. So like cool, where I save money. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna text you the PayPal. I hung up on him real quick, created a PayPal. Yeah, real shit. Created a PayPal. SoleCon was born. Facts. I don't even know. I wish I could get to do a shout out and the first table, but that's what SoleCon. So I really literally sold maybe, and you can tell I actually have a documentary. If you look up the story of SoleCon, it was created in 2 weeks. I promoted it in 2 weeks. Who the hell would that sneaker show, a sneaker convention in 2 weeks? Yeah, it's not because that's how I was born. So as I was creating the app, the next day, I came back after SoleCon was by. I made a good amount of money off of it. And I realized, I told Terrence, I was like, yo, we might really got something in SoleCon as opposed to SoleCon. SoleCon is dope, but SoleCon is where the money is. So, I really was supposed to go give this person, the rest of the money for the app, but, as time passed and I gave him a lot of money and I wasn't doing what I was doing before, I needed some of that. So I said, yo, give me an opportunity to do one more of these, and I'll promise I'll pay you the rest of it. But I actually, before I said that, I said, listen, why don't you let me give you half, and you take half. You build the app, and I'll give you equity, I'll give you 50% equity in the app. You want to talk about? Yeah. I was like, I said, I'll let you take 50% equity in the app if you build it, If you build the app for me. And he's like, I don't know enough about sneakers, so like, it sounds pretty cool, but just paying for the app, I'd rather you, do what you gotta do, I wish you the best, I'll promote you and all that. He actually was into porn, he had a porn site. And I think he still has it, it's called Polaroid Plumber. Look it up. Polaroid Plumber.
Oh my gosh.
Facts.
He said facts.
Facts. I don't lie. So he's like when I met the gentleman, I met him, he had on chancletas, he had on slippers, and he said, I don't own a pair of sneakers. I said, you're lying, every human being owns a pair of sneakers. And I was wrong. He owned no sneakers. But to my surprise, go to his closet, he says, I only have these sneakers that were not really sneakers, they were like some Italian Converse type sneakers that were made in Italy. It was pretty cool. I was like, you're a sneakerhead too, because this sneaker right here is pretty rare. Like this, so I explained to him, like, a sneakerhead isn't necessarily like what you expect the person in the closet for the sneakers. No, absolutely. It's just somebody who has an enthusiasm or enthusiastic about sneaker footwear. Absolutely. Sneakers. Yes. I agree. I was lying to him. You ain't a sneakerhead, but I wanted you to build my fucking app. Yeah. So he said no. So it went wrong, and as time went by, I guess I didn't pay for the app within the amount of time that I did a lot, which is, but granted, at that time, you still have my deposit. That money is yours. So if that's what happens, then that's what happens. But a few days later, I get a call. I don't want you to be mad at me, bro, but my cousin, got a show. It's kind of similar like SoleCon, but it's not. We're more focused on the music, but I don't want you to be mad. So instead of being, a real dude about it, he decides to jump in, because after you see SoleCon kicking ass, instead of saying, Cee Lee, you're right, I want to get involved with this, you know what I'm saying? Instead, he decided to create a show exactly like the formula. And the thing is, he saw me create it. I was I mean, he knew that problem. He spoke to him every day and told him I was doing to raise the money. So he did the same, followed the formula, created the same exact show. Then he was so savvy with the internet, he had more money than me apparently. He was able to make it look like I was the copycat.
Yeah.
When in fact, I have emails showing that he was offering me 15%, 5% of the company as opposed to what I wanted. I said, I want all of it because I wanted, but I settled for 50%.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I'll give you 10%. And I said, no, I'm 50%. I created this my idea. It's not really your idea, there's other shows. I was like, you don't like sneakers. Like, there would be no, there would be no negotiation.
Yeah.
Why would you negotiate with somebody who has no...
No, for sure.
Right? I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm nobody. So I literally didn't have the money to keep up the lawsuit or keep up the cease and desist. I sent out the cease and desist, but it's only a piece of paper.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I paid my lawyer. I spent all the money that I had to try to stop it.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can really do.
Absolutely.
So I just, I wasn't saying about it. Just continued to it made me mad, and I just got stronger and stronger. So I continued to do what I would do. I think a lot of the sneakerheads really knew what was an authentic one, and I feel like I won. I mean, he has a show that's competitive, but I think people are starting to realize what's authentic and what's not. Yeah. We actually do a show.
Yeah.
There's a big box with some sneakers in it, and then there's SoleCon. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say about that.
That was actually real personal. And I told you we were gonna get personal today.
I don't mind getting personal.
I told you we were gonna get personal. I didn't know we were gonna take it there. But that's when you're in the industry that we're in, you kind of know what's you kind of see what's going on. All right, so on another note, we have I see, for those that follow, we see you doing big things with Coogi. We see you doing big things with Hakeem the Dream, bringing back the tonic. Like, give me a little quick recap on what's going on. Like, are these endorsement deals, or this, how'd you get put on with all this?
Well, yeah, it was really, it was strange to me as well. I was approached by Sneaker Beast. Shout out to Sneaker Beast, Jose, Vito, Willie Esco is actually my mentor now. Willie Esco, designer,
of course,
legendary designer,
yes, for sure.
He actually, him and his son created this company, Sneaker Beast, the launching platform. Sneaker Beast actually stands for Sneaker Buy, Sell, and Trade. I didn't know that. They were actually a competitor when it came to sneaker shows. But the show when it came out was had everything that I wish I had. They spent at least $60,000-$70,000 on this show. Me, I'm a paralegal. I have a $50,000 job. That show was more than I made in a year. So I literally only could afford. I didn't have any sponsors. So what I did without sponsors and what they did with sponsors, they just couldn't. It was a match. They was like, yo, how is this kid kicking our ass, and he has no sponsors, so instead of what did they say, you can't beat him, join him?
Join him, yeah.
So they came in and reached out to me, and they were like, yo, I see you want to join team up, you guys bring on, we'll get you guys what you need, the organization, the sponsors.
Right, so you got Coogi, you got...
Like I said, Coogi and Tonic came through Sneaker Beast. They had their launching platform, and they actually had these two brands that they were trying to relaunch.
Okay.
When they brought me on, they said, hey, Cee Lee, this is what your job is. So they gave me a piece of fabric that said make a face mask. I made a face mask. I actually sent it to one of my best friends, which is my best friend, Negus. sent it to him. He goes to FIT. He went to FIT, and he's very talented. So I knew he would do it. Created the mask. I brought it in. Make a long story short, Ronnie Beek put it on. After Ronnie Beek put it on, we just made it. So they just gave me more and more like, you know, ability to do things, you know, that more creative control. And here we are now. So you see me, I'm the brand manager, I'm marketing representative for, you know, Coogi. Also, I'm a salesperson as well.
Yeah,
I still have my, you know, stores, Pounds, NYC, and Brooklyn, New York. Also,
shout out to Brooklyn. I mean, I'm a fan, wifey, baby, I love you. I know, you know, that's Brooklyn right there. So, like,
that's pretty much it. Man.
Pounds NYC in Brooklyn.
Soul Chaser, SoleCon, Pounds NYC, Tonic, Coogi, Crep Protect. Shout out to Crep Protect official Soul Savers, Moss. Yeah, shout out to Moss. We got an exhibit in 12, 13, 14 at my shop.
Okay.
I got a lot more coming, guys, so stay tuned.
For sure. So, this is it. We're South Beach. We're hanging out. We're just talking, chopping it up. Real Cee Lee, Pounds. We got SoleCon, Soul Chasers, Soul Fresh.
November 2nd.
Tomorrow, where? Miami Beach Convention Center?
Yeah, the Miami Beach Convention, right up the block, man. It's beautiful out here, man. But you can still wear this fly shit. Facts.
Come on, it's Miami. Miami is just, it's just fly. That's it. But once again, thank you for coming out for this episode of CultureRepz TV. We're gonna come by soon. Next episode, who knows? Let's see what we're talking about next. Just make sure you follow. Make sure you stay tuned.
Might be able to help you out with somebody, man.
That's it. We out.